Welcome back, everyone, to the seafloor exploration game Immortal Way of Life, part 31. Here we go. The two of us, so Nishushin and us, we headed down through the whirlpool into the undersea ruins. We two relied on our own strength and forcibly escaped from the vortex halfway through. Instead of directly reaching the origin of the whirlpool, we chose a relatively safe distance. Um, it definitely exceeds our expectations that there's such a massive ruin down here. And by the way, if I'm not too attentive right now, it's because I'm watching a streamer on my second monitor and he is doing a streak right now and it's not looking too hot. So I'm rooting for him. But there are no expected immortal residences or ruins down here. Instead, it's more like a cloud-like canopy and a trunk resembling a dinghai, which is some sea divine pillar. The whirlpool on the sea was actually caused by this large tree. Like, such great power is amazing. I just used my soul sense to investigate, but found that the roots of this tree can actually block soul sense. But furthermore, I didn't detect any evil energy here. It seems we need to delve deeper. Upon hearing this, you also attempted that stuff and it didn't work out. And now my streamer is getting such an awful turn. Don't do this to me, game. Now, by the way, there's an event coming up, I believe, on this tile, and it has it has to do with your state of mind. If your state of mind is at least at 2000, you will get the best iteration, the best version of the event. If it's between 1000 and 2000, you get a decent version, and if it's below 1000, you get the worst version. And when I mean above 2000 gets the best version, I mean it's significantly better than any other version. As such, when we helped this one, I don't want to call her escapee, I don't believe that's the correct word, the one person who managed to flee from the whirlpool and we encountered in the inn who was mentally disturbed. She in the dialogue mentioned, or rather our character mentioned in regards to her, that mental state or state of mind is very important, and it's regarding this event. But here we go. After moving forward for some time, you're getting closer and closer to the core of the ancient tree, but still haven't found any signs of evil energy. Pravani, it seems there is no danger. Why don't we? Just as you were about to discuss with Nishushin about advancing forward, doing it a lot faster, a sudden attack from an unknown source targeting your soul sense caused a severe impact on your soul, leading to dizziness and forcing you to hold your unfinished words and resolutely calming your soul down. You forcibly maintain your status, but the expected next wave of attack did not come as scheduled. Instead, you felt your understanding of the five elements of the Great Tao had reached a higher level. And that's the point, since our state of mind is this massive, we have unity of a person and realm, or whatever it may be called, we are unaffected by this mental attack, and instead we get understanding. But here we go. Bravani, the soul sense. When you were about to or ready to communicate with Nishushin, full of doubts, you found a figure flashing past, and Nishushin by your side was already gone. Huh, what did Bravani discover during that attack? But now, what happens if your state of mind is lower than 2000? You will be attacked by something and have to defeat it. Now, if you defeat this enemy, you will get thoughts in all of the 5 main DAOs, which on one hand they are great, they are tier 6 thoughts you need to comprehend, but that's the issue, you need to actively comprehend them, and by the time you have comprehended 3 of them, the other 2 have already decayed. But if you have 2000 state of mind, you get immediate 8k experience in all of your 5 DAOs. So I just got plus 8k base on Earth DAO, and since I have the Heavenly Blessing starting trade, this is increased by 20%, so 9600 Earth DAO, 9600 Fire DAO, Water DAO, Wood DAO, Metal DAO, and so on. Like those 5 elements. That's why I personally try to get this to 2000, since it's like a big, like that's 4000 base Tau XP you get on top, possibly 48,000. By the way, now we continue on, there is no sign of XUXIN nearby, but we found a few flowers and we picked up the flowers, which are Dao Seeker flowers. Wherever they may be, I believe it's this button, yeah, Dao Seeker flowers. We finally caught up with XUXIN, but he immediately launched a strike against you. And we can finally check out his equipment as well. Heavenly Sword, Yin Yang 2E Sword. The idea of his build is to stack up a lot of Sword Chi and then use Heavenly Sword to trigger the Sword Chi multiple times per round. And as a finishing move, you have this 10,000 Sword skill, consumes all Sword Chi and deals more damage per Sword Chi. Very basic stuff. Perhaps we should have healed at some point, but I don't think it's necessary. Instead, we just continue on clicking buttons. That's what we do best. Now we consume this. For some reason, my game doesn't like consuming earth on its own. Here you go, like it should be pretty simple. He hasn't dealt damage yet, since he slowly ramps up, like his sword accumulates and so on. Wake up, Bravani, wake up. Bravani, wake up. Strange. The hit just now should have awakened him. Did I use too much force? Let's slap him from the other side. How about using our soul sense to stimulate him? Nah. Bravani, wake up quickly. I just found this true Dao pill using the treasure map. There are so many rare elixirs here. Cherish these pills. True Dao pill. Where are they? After XUXIN shouted, he chuckled as if he understood something, then didn't say anything else. Yeah, I'd have second-hand embarrassment as well. What happened? I seem to have been struck by a soul sense attack just now, and I don't know what happened after. Huh. Maybe, yeah, it's a divine skill. Let's proceed with caution. First we check out whatever was over here. Never mind. Never mind, that's a dead end as well. And we head down here. Save and browse. Chris, that was not me, that's the autosave. You two proceeded cautiously and finally arrived before the trunk of the God Tree. It seems there is no evil aura or similar anomaly here, let alone a demon sword. Could the sword be in the trunk? I doubt it. No, I'm afraid there was never any demon sword here. So, all the people sucked into the vortex died while under illusions? Or under an illusion? Yeah, they mostly killed each other. Upon closer inspection, we have traveled here without encountering any other dangers. But if they can survive and get out, the cultivators of the Endless Sea should have. If we can get out. It's like we can inform the other people about the dangers and mysteries down here, and so on. The two of us next to the ancient tree fell into contemplation. Monsieur, be careful. In XUXIN's call, you quickly break away from your thinking status and find that what should have been XUXIN's position in front of you is actually the broken roots of the God Tree. Am I experiencing an illusion? Should I wait for him to help me dispel? Nah, I'll try to save myself. While you were still pondering, the root whiskers were already releasing Sword Chi. This Bravani won't be affected again, right? Like that would be a bit embarrassing. Like fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Gunyang Yu, don't stand there. The ancient tree is parasiting us. Upon hearing this, you quickly looked at yourself and discovered the ancient tree had rooted itself onto you. Ancient tree root whiskers. Late deity transformation. Zagan! What kind of name is this? Zagan! I cast Zagan. The number of chi absorbed per round +4. After 3 rounds, the opponent enters parasitic status, deals damage, and the enemy gains negative statuses. Cannot be released while in Zagan. At the beginning of battle, root is performed. At the beginning of the round, if the opponent is in a rooted state, seriously, all his chi is absorbed. For every point of chi absorbed, one... This is my arch nemesis, I feel like. He can steal my chi, he can cleanse statuses from himself, he has divine power, upper limit of chi is greatly increased. I'm healing. I'll be honest, I'm healing right now. I need to keep my no death streak alive. I am fully healing. To be honest, I have so many healing pills still left. I even have these small ones. Plus 90 health, hell yeah. Plus 40 health, we are efficient. Let's go. Let's fight the ancient... Oh, he's large. He is large. This ancient god tree. Okay. Root Whiskers removes 1 layer for each point of damage taken and removes the parasite effect after all of them vanish. Spirituality, if your opponent is in parasitic, then at the start of your turn, draw all of his chi and draw 50 life points from him, from her. And since I have that forged metal download, I always have 6 chi, so he drains 300 base HP, so 450 with the difficulty effect from me. Not fun. Every time... Oh, wait, all your negative buff layers. I thought this was only 1. All is way worse. Upper limit is greatly increased, plus 50, plus 5, okay. What do I have? Unable to escape. Will be drawn for 50 life points each time we... Okay, every time we use a skill we lose 50 HP. If this status lasts more than 10 turns, I lose all of my HP. After 10 turns, I will lose all of... Okay, so we have to deal the 999 damage to then get rid of my parasite debuff to not die instantly after 10 turns. Okay, that is... Like, I can understand the battle process. I am losing a lot of HP, I don't like this. Yeah, he immediately absorbs my stuff. Wait, this is a life damage, true damage, not even... Oh, that's annoying. I have all this shield, but it does nothing. Because guess what? It's not that damage. Okay, we now broke those root whiskers. Okay, run quickly. Why are we running? My HP is looking pretty good still. And now I'm no longer taking damage when using a skill, that's fine. And now he doesn't drain my stuff either. I still have shield left. That is looking fine. He has a lot of entanglement on himself. He may get more chi per turn, but it's fine. I have 5% passive HP recovery. And just like keep giving him some. Why not? Like we can do this like that. Look at this, how every debuff is cleansed. That is so insane. Next turn I will get parasitic, but we have scaled up to such a high level right now. I don't need to worry too much. Oh, I used Ivy Guard on accident. Yeah, I'm dealing decent damage, I'd say. Now I get Parasite, but he immediately... Okay, now I get Parasite. So we just start with one of those. The root whiskers were cut off, you need to run. I don't think I need to run. We double his entanglement and he now dies. Okay, pretty easy. You just need a scaling build. A terrifying gap opens at the bottom of the sea, and a huge ancient tree root whisker falls down with a bang. 6 heavenly dove roots. If you choose to escape, you only get 2. You have fought countless rounds with the root whiskers, finally managing to knock it off the ancient tree. Several unknown fruits with pinkish red skin fell to the ground. Just as you were about to take your spoils, the ancient tree commanded its root whiskers to attack you. At that moment, the root whiskers danced chaotically, leaving you and Nishushin no time to wait. Not to mention, the ancient tree still wanted to root itself onto your bodies. Yeah, we gotta hold on until the master helps us, until the White Emperor comes and joins us in death. After hearing this, you forcibly gathered your spirits. The outcome did not have a great effect and caused the spiritual chi in your body to be even closer to depletion. Nice job, buddy. Well done, well done. It seems like I can't hold on for much longer. I roamed the world for my entire life and rarely met a match. I never expected to fall at the hands of a tree under the sea. This is too cruel. When I die, the old woman is also gonna live on the bottom of the ocean for years to come. This girl is at this stage, as in she's dying, and she still doesn't want me to help. Once we are out of here, I'll make you reflect on your actions. Old grandma, do you have a solution? Wei Wuji's voice, full of jesting, entered your ears, completely unlike her normal disposition or manner. Listening carefully, one could sense the resolute tone in her words. But what can the remnant soul of a nascent soul cultivator do? Without using the principles of yin and yang in refining, how can a sword's edge be tempered by water and fire? Immortal sword, arise. For a moment, the sound of Sochi breaking through the sky resounded, while the sound of tree roots being cut fell. Although you were trapped by tree roots and didn't know the outside situation, it's not hard to guess the situation. And during the meantime, we remember some good old memories. While cultivating, we dozed off and were awakened by old ways knocking. This was the first 3 minutes of the actual playthrough. Then we stormed the Imperial Sword Sect together, headed to the Heavenly Devil's Eye. As you reflected, the root that was embedded within you was also severed, allowing you to observe the situation on the battlefield. In front of me, the Immortal Sword is inserted into the root whiskers, its sword aura flourishing. Behind me, Nishushin is floating in the seawater or on the seawater. Looking to the left, to the right, up, even using soul sense to probe the underground, there is no sign of Wei Wuji. No! For the sake of your senior disciple, we came here. How could you? As you were immersed in sadness, the radiance of the Immortal Sword gradually dimmed. We can only desperately absorb the spiritual energy nearby and use it to survive the next hit. Before you even have a chance to exchange words, the next strike came. You used the Immortal Sword to block the attack, but you were still sent flying. And we black out. The South to Sea... Wait, I just got plus 100. No. Don't tell me I didn't need 100 exploration. Don't you dare. The South to Sea should be relatively calm. There are no factions fighting for control, and there are no particularly dangerous spirit beasts. However, this month the Endless Sea was different from usual. First, well, that huge vortex, and then the vortex disappeared. Of course, it's nothing special. Yep, there are perhaps some lucky ones who can escape the vortex, but others can't. But 2 people actually survived. Currently, both of them are seriously injured and floating on sea. Fortunately, there are very few cultivators and spirit beasts in this forbidden land. Suddenly, a burst of wind struck, and the previously surging sea was suppressed without any waves, as if it had been cut open by a sword. The 2 people who were originally in the seawater were also lifted up in the air. There was a plain-dressed old man nearby examining their injuries. Oh, White Emperor came to rescue us. Ashin. Ashin is Ni Shushin and it's just a nickname. This kid is in the nascent soul stage but still so reckless. But yeah, it's a blessing in disguise he was able to obtain a heavenly Dao fruit. And who might you be? Forget it. Let's head to the South Cliff City to avoid attracting the cloud-swallowing monsters and other beasts. Hello, it's me. It's been some time and we have stabilized our injuries. During idle moments, you would take out the Immortal sword and examine it. However, whether it was due to your soul not yet fully recovering, whenever you try to sense the condition of the sword with your soul sense, there are like no traces. With a sound, XUXIN entered your door. Yeah, let's head and ask or meet the White Emperor. I have met the master. Hello. Greetings to you, White Emperor. This journey went smooth thanks to your help. No problem, no problem. This young lad, XUXIN, has always enjoyed adventure. Yeah, if it weren't for me, not only would have XUXIN died at the bottom of the sea, but he would have also dragged me down with him. Senior, you flatter me. Young friend, no need to be modest. Do you know the origin of that tree? Well, I'm not really sure myself. If I wasn't personally heading to the South to see to investigate a demon sword, I wouldn't have known about this miraculous ancient tree in the depths of the sea. Actually, rather than calling it an ancient tree, it's more like the embodiment of the Tao. Yep, when I first arrived near that ancient tree, I only took a glance but was infused with a large amount of great Tao sense, almost losing my soul. Later I found out that the fruit of this tree is actually the legendary heavenly Tao fruit. Hey master, did you give me a few pills, a few fruits for my alchemy? And by the way, the joke is XUXIN is really pathetic at alchemy. He produces scrap pills almost every time, and that's the joke. So he's stating, nope, I don't have any. Yep, with Brother Ni's alchemy skills, he hasn't made much progress in several hundred years. And he's probably saying that the White Emperor, how could I give you a heavenly Tao fruit just to ruin it? Yep, exactly. I wonder if you have ever heard of the name Lingshuan. Lingshuan? 1,000 years ago, I seem to have heard of this person, but I don't have much expression anymore. Okay, let's try further stimulating him. Let us re-chant the mantra of the longevity art. Tian Chong Di something Tian Di. I can read some of the Chinese letters, but the fourth one was hard. The reason why heaven and earth can last forever is that it does not arise, therefore able to attain eternal life. Even though it has been nearly 2,000 years since the White Emperor's beginner verse was first learned, this deity transformation cultivator smoothly recites the following verse. This is the mantra of longevity. Where did you learn this mantra from? The tone of White Emperor suddenly became heavier. White Emperor Senior, please look at this sword. Instead of answering the question, we handed him the sword. This iron sword may seem plain, but it's actually a pure young magic weapon with a surprising devouring power. Wait, there's a slightly familiar aura about it. Exactly. White Emperor didn't even recognize the Immortal sword. With his left hand holding a sword and his right hand empty, the White Emperor released his spiritual chi to be completely devoured by the rusty sword. XUXIN originally wanted to move closer, but was stopped by the White Emperor's imposing aura. Out! With a light shout, the White Emperor pulled back his right hand and forcibly pulled out a semi-transparent figure from the Immortal sword. What? Is this a sword spirit? I've never seen a pure young spiritual treasure with a sword spirit before. Exactly, this is my sword spirit. Li Go's version 2. For a moment the room was quiet. That faint figure seemed too weak. What is your relationship with her? White Emperor tried to keep his voice as calm as possible. Moreover, you also noticed that the White Emperor's tone shifted and the gloom between his eyes disappeared. And well, who is she? She is my master, the one and only Hot Grandma. Huh, I never expected that after 1,000 years I would have another junior sister. Exactly. I can now call you XUXIN as well. This old man is really restless. Even after being dead for over 1,000 years, he still found me a junior sister, a Shimei. Fortunately, I have followed your teachings for 1,000 years, remaining true to my heart and immune to temptation. Now I am a prominent figure in the righteous path of Ninja. Huh? Ah, he cried. Yep. This is a late deity transformation cultivator, the White Emperor. This is the top sword cultivator in Ningyo and even the entire 9 provinces, and I wish we could play in the 9 provinces. The White Emperor. This is the master of the White Emperor Pavilion, the one who's able to protect Ningyo and maintain stability. Just a weak sword spirit was able to make him burst into tears. Yep, he has no idea what's happening. Nah, you can stay. Wait a second, does this count as me knowing my master's secret and being able to use it to threaten him into helping me find various pill medicines in the future? No, wait. Master said that Miss Yu is his junior sister. Doesn't that make me... Good question. Wait a sec. I am her junior sister. Now XUXIN is a disciple of the White Emperor, so I am now the senior aunt of XUXIN. So he's like our junior uncle now. Okay, there's like it's... Wait a second. Yeah, okay, if you were married with me, it would be different. It's a mess. It's a mess to talk about. Just like if you play Crusader Kings 3 and do inbreeding, suddenly like everything gets off mother and mother-in-law and sister and everything. Shimei Ju, I apologize for my offense. If you have any questions, yep. Why was the sect destroyed? It started with the Demon Sword. When the Firegate sect surrounded our sect with the 5 major clans, we only needed our master to come forward and communicate to resolve the crisis. However, because our master was unable to subdue the Demon Sword, a large amount of demonic chi overflowed. And yeah, I can imagine the result. The old man once said he found the sword in the ancient ruins. Was there anything else noteworthy? When I was protecting my master back then, I did notice some traces. Oh? There are several residual sword marks with magic chi here. I suspect that someone has recently tried to tame it, but for some reason withdrew. In order to prevent any unexpected events, I followed the traces alone and discovered someone restraining their breath lurking nearby. When this person saw their cover was blown, they threw a few blood-cursed charms to push me back and used mobility techniques to run away. Okay. What is the dispute between the Heavenly Firegate and the... Okay, yeah. It seems a senior disciple of the Firegate sect encountered a demonic cultivator at Mount Joy. Later, when exchanging intelligence, a dispute arose. Okay, and he has not heard too much about the matter. What is the dispute between the Bloodsword Palace and White Emperor Pavilion? During the incident with the Imperial Sword Sect, like back in, like after the ruins, I was severely injured and fell unconscious. When I awakened, I saw a group of cultivators from the Blood Sword sect standing before me. They claimed to have temporarily alleviated my injuries with medicinal pills and also inquired about some issues related to the Imperial Sword sect. After confirming that the demon sword had appeared on the mountain, the only nascent soul cultivator among the group requested the other golden core cultivators to spread out and investigate the whereabouts of the Immortal Sword. Meanwhile, I was volunteered by a female cultivator to be brought back to the Blood Sword Palace, and she is now known as Fairy Crimson Blood. Yeah, they don't appear often, yep. Years before the establishment of the White Emperor Pavilion, they rarely showed up in Ningyo, so I didn't know much about them. I mistakenly believed they were just a sect pursuing sword Dao. So without thinking too much, we even... in this case, Xie Wei is the girl who brought him back. After recuperating with her care, we practiced the sword Dao together. Later on, I and Xie Wei broke through to the nascent soul stage and participated in the affairs of the Blood Sword Palace. Thus, we witnessed the nature of cultivators who would go to any length for more power. As for how they later turned against each other, it's another story. What is a Blood Sword Zun? It's the unique hierarchical system of the Blood Sword Palace. Okay, basically they get different names depending on the cultivation stage: Blood Sword Marionette, Attendant, User, Honored, and Immortal. But there is another branch, the Blood Sacrificial Ritual. Exactly, we found that. Like, we killed, I believe, 4 of them so far. Yeah, they have inadequate talent and they use drugs. Now that the Ancient God sect has successfully infiltrated the ancient ruins and snatched the sword, it is feared, yeah, other demonic sects targeting Ningyo will not be able to contain themselves. I am still so surprised that every one of those demonic sects managed to obtain one sword. Like, that is not bad at all. Okay, the Heavenly Demon sect is most likely working hard to infiltrate the Heavenly Devil Eye. And the Xue and Dao sect who guards the Heavenly Devil Eye has always been arrogant and dismissive of others' suggestions. It may be best for you to investigate. If you have the chance, yeah, please find out the truth. If there's a chance, I vow to seek revenge. While talking, the White Emperor's tone became agitated. Exactly, I will also investigate. For the sake of the old woman. Sure. Perfect. What is the last thing? No need to be formal in private, just call me senior brother. However, please do not reveal my true identity to others. Alright. And here you go, this is my unique secret art of deity transformation, called the determining spell. I can tell you, deity transformation is a pain in the butt. I need to use a spreadsheet to figure that all out. As soon as we left the inn, it continues with missions. You vaguely sensed a faint soul sense sweeping over you. Someone was keeping an eye on me. Are you senior? My family elder wishes to invite you to our house. Sure. Ask the reason. It was a girl with a smile. We definitely join. Like, come on, a girl with a smiling face. And she invites us to her home. No reason not to go. But sure, we ask for the reason. What's up with you? Senior, my family's elder has no ill intentions. We admire your high level of cultivation. Currently, there are many things going on. Please wait, honorable sir. Honorable senior. Even if the senior's cultivation reaches the heaven and she dares to venture into the vortexes of the South 2C, do you have no interest in knowing how to break through to the deity transformation realm? Okay, you got my attention now. My elder at home has broken through to nascent soul for many years and is skilled in alchemy with great research on the breakthrough of deity transformation. If you can have a conversation with her, you will surely benefit a lot. Sure, I'll introduce myself and get to know her. Elder Wu, you've been waiting for a long time. This is Senior Yu. It's the guy. Please be seated. I am not interested in wine. Elder Wu, what's up? Let's talk about it and clarify things right now. Don't worry, I will explain clearly. Okay, yeah? Okay, their merchant guild is managed by 3 families, and they as such know about the matters going on. Sure, okay? And regardless of what you obtained, it was yours. The reason we invited you is because we hope you can serve as a guest elder of our family and participate in the life and death competition. Okay, exactly, you may not know, we, like this merchant guild is managed by our 3 families and we decide the leader with this life and death battle. Okay. Sure, I can participate. About life and death, does it really have to be life and death? No. About the opponent, is it a random one? He's a well-known expert of the Tongue family. Wait out for the poisons and hidden weapons. Compensation. Do you have any understanding? I do. Okay, I assume you are well aware it's almost impossible to succeed directly. Our Wu family has passed down a secret recipe for generations, the Chaos Immortal form pill. It increases your chance of, yeah, sure. Got it, let's go. Not bad. Why do you choose me? Exactly, why do you choose me? We can only select suitable guest elders from outside of our clan. Secondly, our time is limited with only a few trusted seniors. Moreover, even if this pill is good, it needs to be obtained with fate. Sure. When is it? I'll promise you. Let's go, let's fight. Where do we have to head? Life and death competition, merchant guild. I am so ready, I've never been readier. You as a guest elder, are you ready to participate? Please follow me. Elder Wu, we have arrived. Okay, the scene here is beautiful, absolutely. Bai Lingbing. Hello, Bai Lingbing. It seems this new friend of yours is the new helper you have found. They must have a good cultivation level, yep. Unfortunately, Elder Bai is quite idle. Sure, I'm ready for it. Tang Ping. Wusi Hai, if you feel the urge, I'll be your opponent. No. Okay, the guild president is from the Wu family. Let's go. Hello, President. Yatao. Girl, I'm not sure what rewards Wusi Hai has promised you, but I advise you not to get involved in this. You're not even worthy of my attention. You closed your eyes to rest your mind, ignoring the provocation. Alright, everyone, let's avoid arguing. Now that everyone is here, let's have some words. The merchant guild is divided into 3. I do not oppose the Tang family's challenge to me for the position of president, but I must remember, bring to mind, what matters is revenue. Let's go. Tang Lian Feng, a random guy, very cool one though. This is often used in OTK builds, and well, the rest kind of suck. It's cool that he's playing with some needle stuff, but that doesn't work together with the great 1000 illusion art. I guess I can actually show the battle. Why not? I just stopped the recording for a moment and then I realized why not. Because it's one of those life and death battles. It's not really that interesting. And we're nearing the end of the episode anyway. There you go. It's that simple. Spares life. It's hard enough to cultivate to nascent soul. Yeah, exactly. It's not easy to come by. I won't kill you. Thank you for sparing me. I am convinced by your mercy. How could this be? Huh, I knew I didn't misjudge you. Amazing! If we're talking solely about this arena competition, there's probably not a single elder in the sect who can match her. 4C brothers, Suhai brother. Such a powerful expert must be properly brought in by our business group. Don't become enemies with him. 100 rep, nice. Do you accept the defeat? Yes, we do. Everyone, please calm down and listen. Before coming here today, I've already made up my mind and will resign from my position as president. It is my fault that challenges arrive. After I failed to achieve deity transformation and suffered a great loss in cultivation, I was indeed lax in managing the elders. Who's the new candidate? Not bad. Who's the new candidate? I didn't expect things to turn out like that. According to rules, the former president has the power to designate the next candidate when they step down on their own initiative. Okay, sure. Yep, I am a guest elder, I don't need to care too much about it. Thank you very much for the pill. In the coming days, I'm sure you will have many things to attend to. Here you go, get my number. And with this, I'm ending the episode. 40 more minutes. We now... No! This dialogue never ends! Old woman, how are you? Are you okay? I didn't die yet. But this time the consumption is not small. To fully recover, I still need some time. By the way, it was the White Emperor, my senior brother, who saved us and brought us back to South Cliff City. Yep, during this period of time, although I am unable to communicate with you, I'm still able to... Okay, that's good. I don't need to recite everything that happened. During the urgent battle that year, when I made a move, Schurner had already fought until exhaustion and unconsciousness. Unexpectedly, he was saved by someone from the Blood Sword Palace. Okay, don't worry about my condition. Instead, make sure that the demonic sect cannot stir up trouble. Yeah, and they still need to pay for the blood debt of the Imperial Sword sect. According to Senior Brother's word, the Heavenly Demon sect has some design on the ancient Devil Eye. But now back to my stuff. Chaos Immortal pill plus 4 initial immortality when breaking through to deity transformation. I believe the other 2 pills are in my cave in the storage bin, which is plus 1 body tempering whenever you do the body tempering and plus 1 soul sense whenever you do soul sense, or whatever it's called. Soul tempering? I guess that's a good name. Soul tempering, exactly. So next episode, this was quite lore heavy. We did get some more clues, but I did remember I forgot the spatial rift clue in the Heavenly Demon Eye. I only went there once and didn't get it, because normally it happens on the second try. The mysterious iron sword is fully revealed as well. A seemingly rusty and unimpressive iron sword is the first of the 4 swords. It's the Immortal punishing sword now. Shouldn't it be the Immortal? So be it. So be it. But I'm not actually ending it here. This was episode 31. Not many years have passed. See you guys in the next one. Have a great day.